Hi, I'm Ashley Adamson, and welcome to another video. So today, I'm just going to tell you a little bit about my conversation that I had with Dr. Kiyojampas and what it has to do with my development on my thoughts of continuing to get surgery to help me feel not just alleviated of my gender dysphoria, but now I think it's at a point where I'm saying, where's the line that I draw in my surgeries? Because I don't know about you, but have you heard of this kind of story of the trans person that continues to get surgeries almost obsessively? And it becomes this narrative that other people engage with and say, oh, don't become one of those. Do you know what I mean? Like there's those people that, like my dad or pretty much anyone that I tell that I'm getting surgery who's not a friend goes like, oh, like don't get too much surgery, don't keep going. I even had doubters that said just getting this surgery is gonna ruin the way that you look. But I mean, like, look at me now. Like, I think this looks pretty good, don't you think? And so, yeah, it's kind of like, this is kind of like a 6-month reflection on FFS and also what I'm thinking about next. So I spoke to Dr. Kiyojampas last night, and my face has been, for the most part, like, my face has been healing really well. The swelling has gone down a lot. If you look at one of my older videos, you can see how puffy my face is, especially like here. And the biggest change has been a reduction of the swelling of my scar tissue here, which he says will take another 6 months for it to really go down, but at least it's not super red. I've been looking at my face saying, is this it? Is this like what I was hoping for? And, I don't know if you've gotten surgery or if you plan to, but one of the big things that I was afraid of in beginning this journey with surgery is, would I get the results that I was hoping for? And what are those results that I'm hoping for? Like, it's kind of hard to imagine what you want because it's your face and you're so used to it, you can't really see a future of how it might evolve or change. You may say, oh, I don't like this or I don't like that and I want a better nose. But once it's on you and you look different. And for the most part, I look at my face and I go, great, like this is fantastic. But when I was speaking to Dr. Kiyojampas right before I had my facial surgery, I talked to him about my lip because that's kind of the biggest thing that I've had my own personal issues with. I've always hated my lip, or that's what I've said, and I'll get into this shortly, about like not liking this part down here. And it's most pronounced with COVID because everyone wears masks. So, when you wear a mask, it's like this. And I go, okay, great. Like I look fine. Like I'm cool with this. And even during this, like I look fine. This is fine. But then when I do this, I go, what's going on here? There's something wrong. It feels incomplete. Like it feels disproportionate in terms of its like attractiveness or it looking good. Like this looks fine, but then something down here is wrong. And I thought it was my upper lip. And so I talked to him a lot about, hey, please like make my upper lip great and blah, blah, blah. And Dr. Kiyojampas looked at it yesterday and said, it looks fine. But then I said, why is there something that I feel is off here? And he explained to me that it's the length of the chin, that my chin is a little square here and then it's a little bit longer. And a part of me, I don't know if you've spoken to a surgeon before, but it's kind of this weird moment where you have someone that has a lot of experience on this matter giving you feedback about something very personal in a very objective way. And it's kind of scary because they, in a way, if you don't know or don't see a certain flaw and they talk about it, suddenly you're perceiving that flaw, or you could be perceiving that flaw. Thankfully, this is something that I have perceived the flaw and I've felt the flaw for most of my life. Like the reason why I've always seen myself as not pretty or not attractive was something to do with here, and I never understood it. And speaking to him and him kind of like saying, okay, like, well, I mean, like you're completely feminine, but I have cis women that come in with this issue, and here's what your chin looks like, which looks really similar to this woman's chin, and here's what it looks like after doing this. And I mean, I liked looking at the results, but there's kind of this two-sided thing that you go through, or that I've been going through, which is great, like get the surgery. And then the other one is like, but you look fine, or you mostly look fine. I know that there's a part of yourself that doesn't like this. Are you obsessed with surgery? Are you one of those trans women that is obsessed with surgery? And this is the whole drawing of the line thing that I wanted to get to. You may feel like, how do you create a system in place so that if you go down the path of doing something, you don't just suddenly change the rules later and keep doing it? So when I spoke to Dr. Kiyojampas, he said the characteristics that I see in women or people that are obsessively searching for surgery is they give me a long laundry list. They give like 20 hours worth of procedures and work, and they tell me about flaws that I cannot see and that I can't help correct. And this is normally their second or third corrective surgery that they're trying to do because their previous surgeon won't treat them anymore. And he said, you are not one of those people because you're trying to solve, you're methodical about this. You're trying to solve a problem that I can see that I could correct, but it's not something that you need. And he told me to kind of like chill back, wait a little bit, think about it. And so this was validating, but what happens if I do it and like, what happens next? Do I continue to proceed on doing more surgeries? Is it going to be a thing where I'm start to become obsessed about things that I can't see? I don't think so. I think that I want to, like I never got surgery on this, but if I get surgery on this, am I gonna keep doing surgery on other things? I've already talked to you about rib surgery here, and I've also talked to you about my hip surgery as well as GCS surgery. And I think this is how I'm going to structure it for myself. And maybe this serves as a reflection for you to think about this, is creating a rule set of where do I draw the line? What are the rules of how I engage with surgery? So here's my rules. This is what I think. The rules are, I'm not going to get ribs removed, because the only ribs that I could remove that would be impactful would be dangerous. 2, I'm not going to get hip augmentation surgery with silicone because it looks fake, it makes your hips super wide, and there's a lot of problems that are potentially, or complications involved there. I will say that if I get fatter at some point, I can put the fat there, that's okay, I accept that. And I potentially want to get GCS, so vaginoplasty, and then I want to correct this chin because this is the thing that I've had the most issues with my entire life, and I just didn't realize that is the chin length. And then the third thing is, I don't know, that's like 6 things or whatever, but the way I'm seeing it is 3. It's vaginoplasty, chin, and then the third thing is I would like to continue to do surgeries that make me look younger. Not right now because I look fine, but as I get older, what I would like to do is I would like to have surgeries that help me continue a youthful look. And this is really important for me. How is youth and appearing youthful, how important is that to you? If you could shave 5 years off, 10 years off, how you look, would you do it? Would you go for it? what's your stance on paying or using money to have surgeries to do this? My stance on this is pretty simple. I feel like I have just become a woman, and I've just come into my body as who I am. It's only been 3 years in my entire transition, and I have so much life that I want to live and experience, and I want to experience that as a youthful woman that can be attractive and can be accepted in ways that perhaps if I was an older woman wouldn't be maybe accessible. I am at a point right now where I'm just making new friends, hanging out with them, going on adventures, and those types of people are actually younger. I'm finding I'm the oldest one most of the time. So I want those opportunities. And I talk a little bit about this in feeling younger than your actual age when you transition. So I'm finding surgery is going to be kind of like a path for me to continue to enable that. But I don't want it to become an obsession of mine to stay looking young. I just want to have occasional touch-up surgeries to help kind of keep things in my youthful state. So so those are my thoughts. I think I'm going to get a chin reduction surgery sometime in the next year. Now that I've talked to Dr. Kiyojampa about it, it feels like it's making me feel more reassured that my own thing that I had to deal with here for most of my life is validated. I now have an answer as to what I think it is. I'm going to Photoshop my face and see what it looks like if I do a chin reduction. And I also feel validated that I'm not obsessing over this feature or that feature, or there's some kind of other feature that I'm not seeing that I am seeing that no one else is seeing. So let me know what your thoughts are about surgery and where you draw the line. Thank you for joining me today, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.